Kirchner with Creative Biz School, and I'm so excited to have a wonderful lady who is a marketing maven. Her name is Stephanie Donegan. Am I saying that right, Stephanie? Please correct me if I didn't say that correctly.
That is correct. That's perfect, actually.
Yay, yay, yay. Okay, and Stephanie is a marketing maven, and she is here, and I'm so excited to have her here as one of our guest spotlight here, and she is wonderful with her business. And I want to share a little bit about Stephanie. Can you tell us a little bit about your business and what you do?
Sure, awesome. So my business is named after me. It's Stephanie Donegan Lifestyle Media. And it's called Lifestyle Media mainly because my main purpose and mission is to teach women entrepreneurs how to create businesses that provide a life of freedom. And when I say a life of freedom, I mean time freedom, lifestyle freedom, as well as financial freedom. And we do that by creating businesses that actually attract our ideal clients to us. So I kind of picked up the nickname Marketing Maven because I just always had a natural knack for being able to take a business and infuse personality into it and not have to chase down my ideal customers and clients. They come find me. And so that's, in a nutshell, what I teach entrepreneurs how to do, become client magnets.
Yeah, and you have that magnetic personality that everybody just wants to be around you. So I really appreciate you taking the time on here. Now I got a couple of questions I wanted to kind of buzz through with you. And I know that you are dealing with some storm issues and stuff too. So hopefully we won't lose you here. But one of the things I want to ask you is what's unique about your business? Because I know you'll be able to hit me off the spot with that, but what do you think is something that's unique about your business?
Well, one thing that I think particularly about mine, I call myself the marketing maven, and actually the title I have for myself is client magnet specialist. But in layman's terms, I'm a marketing coach. But what's really different about my business is that I don't just teach you the tools, the techniques for actually marketing your business, because that's fine and dandy. But to truly be a client magnet, you have to work from the inside out. So I teach internal work as well as the external work, as far as how we as women, we give ourselves glass ceilings on how much we can make and how much success we can have, or how much to charge for our packages. And so I believe that, you can get these tools and techniques a million different places, but if you have that internal work, you can apply all those things as much as you want to, and you're not going to attract anybody. As a matter of fact, what you're going to do is repel them.
Right.
So that's what I think is different. You don't find any other marketing coaches who actually talk about transformational work, transforming your business from the inside out.
Yeah, and I love that. I absolutely love that, and I think there's so many people that don't realize that you have to work on the inside first before you can draw the people and draw your ideal clients to you. So I love what you're doing, and I think it's a fabulous way, and it really is true, because I really do believe that you have a magnetic personality, and I think that it's obvious the reason why you're so successful. So that's something that my clients that in my audience, they love to do a lot with. I don't think they see the value in what they have, and a lot of it has to start with on the inside. So I think there's a plethora of opportunity there for you, and I know that you're just going to continue to be more and more successful. So anyway,
thank you. Thank you.
So true. So
do you mind if I tell you the secret to being magnetic really quick?
I would love to hear it.
Personality.
Yeah.
Mind if I tell you? It is so simple. It should be totally against the law for something to be simple. But the reason is because I am totally myself. I bring my Alabama girl accent personality in its full force. And at one point, I was hiding it. And when I did that's a big part of myself. But you know what? People can sniff out phoniness in a heartbeat. So me being myself 100% authentic, I found out when I'm that, people are really just drawn to me because of that, and they are to other people as well. But typically what happens is this business owners, we think we have to fit into this box. Right. It really doesn't exist. You draw your own box. You just have to be in a box.
Exactly. That is so, so true. And I've found that even through this last year, I've been transforming myself and honestly just feel like I'm growing into who I am and finding my voice and feel more and more comfortable about being online and being in video and blogging and all that. So I think a lot of time it's simple, stupid, right?
Right.
But that's wonderful, and I think you really have to find yourself. You have to find, you have to be authentic and be transparent. And I think the right people will find you if you are honest with yourself. So thanks for sharing that.
Exactly.
So I understand.
You're more than welcome.
Oh, thanks. I know a large part of your marketing efforts are online, right? Most of your business is online. So you talk about your programs and such. That's all you do online stuff.
Everything is online as far as how I market. I do certain things offline as far as actual services, but look, I am dependent upon internet and social media, I must admit.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's how we met, was online. So, and I'm finding a great family of people that are online, that are all over, because here you're in Alabama and I'm in Cincinnati, and it's just wonderful to meet everyone, and we're to find a good niche of people that are all here to serve, right? So
exactly. The crazy thing is, as entrepreneurs, it really is lonely. Like, if I didn't have this online community, I would probably think that I was the quote unquote weirdest person in my circle, because entrepreneurs have this just whole lifestyle, and even our conversation, nobody else would want to talk to us about the things that we talk about except for entrepreneurs. And so it's like you're developing these great friendships. I've met some awesome people online. I just don't know everything. Like, and then this is a little off, but like, I have some vacation property in the Caribbean. The girl who helped me find it, I didn't meet her until I went down there to actually find my papers. We talked on the phone for 2 years, and I just kind of trusted her enough that she found me this nice house in a nice location from a friendship with somebody that I had never met in person. It's strange, but they're the best friendships that I've had, is meeting people here like this.
I know, it's wonderful, and now it's interesting because my boys, I've got older boys, and they're into gaming, and they'll sit there and they'll be on Skype conversations with people from all over the place, and I used to get a little freaked out about that. Who are you talking to? But now I get it. Completely get it. So one of the things I want.
You're doing it too.
Exactly, I'm doing it too. So I can't say anything. so it's funny, but so I know Stephanie had shared with us a couple of days ago that she had a little challenge online, and I asked her if she would share that so that I could share that with my audience, because I keep preaching and telling my people that are following me and my community how it's so important to have your own email database and your own list. And even it's as important as to be on social media, it's even in my mind more important to have your own list, because that's your list, right? So so I asked Stephanie if she would come on and share a little bit about what her challenge was recently and tell us her little story.
Well, challenge, it definitely was. I thought I was going to lose my mind for a couple hours. I was on Facebook early that morning, got back on about lunch, and finds out that my Facebook account is completely gone.
Oh my
completely God. To the point that it said that they found out I was not real, that I was not a real human, and they shut my account down.
Wow.
And so at this point, I am completely panicking, because I'm like, what do you mean I'm not a real human? I mean, what am I supposed to do? This is how I run my business. Like, everything started running through my head.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. How am I going to pay my mortgage? I'm thinking everything like my business is gone.
Yeah.
So, it was a way actually that I was able to email them, and it took them a couple hours to reply, and they asked me to send in a copy of my ID. Then I had to send in another copy of my ID. So I had to send in a copy of my driver's license as well as a copy of my passport. And then it took about another hour and a half, and I kept messaging them like, I'm going to sue you guys because you're messing up my business. It was crazy. And so then I'm getting phone calls from people who are my clients who are like, we're looking for you on Facebook. Like, my page, not only did it not exist to me, it did not exist to anybody else. Any group that I was in, anything, any post that I had ever started or thing that I commented on, the entire post was gone. The comment was gone. Like, I never existed on Facebook ever in life. And so finally, I want to say it was about a total of 3.5 to 4 hours that I was gone. And then all of a sudden I'm back on. And the next morning I got an email to say, we apologize. It was a mistake.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
But what that did actually was, I am not, but you always hear, and I actually preach to people, build your list. But I am not as strict with myself on building my list. If you want to sign up. Sign up for this program. But list building was not my focus. My focus was serving as opposed to list building because, they're here. And you hear these things happening to other people. But I'm like, I'm not doing anything I shouldn't be online. Why would Facebook take my page away? I'm abiding by all their rules. I'm doing everything the way it's supposed to be done.
Yeah.
Therefore, there's no reason for them to take my page. So this doesn't have anything to do with me. And what that did was made me realize I don't own Facebook. I don't have any control over Facebook.
So true.
In a flash of an eye, I felt like I had lost thousands of people, my connection with people, and I didn't have any way to contact them outside of social media. And so since then, I have been crazy posting about my freebies, about signing up for my list, like stay connected. And now, I had already I wish I had it right here. Every year I create a binder with all my different strategies for the new year. So my social media strategy is in there. And I went and we completely redid the social media strategy.
Good for you.
Where now my strategy is huge. More of my strategy now is on list building than anything else because my goal now is to get you off Facebook and get you to my community. The day after that happened, or 2 days after that happened, I actually created a membership program that you can join for free. So now you're actually literally having a username and password for my website because I need to be connected to you in any way. So my focus now is on connection because, really, what do we do if Facebook goes away tomorrow? What do we do?
Exactly. And I so appreciate you sharing your story because that's what I keep trying to tell my audience how important it is because and there's nothing wrong with anyone if you want to use Facebook as your website or your main platform, but you can't rely, nor can you get upset if they decide to charge. And I've seen that happen too. And people go, well, what are they thinking? They have to charge me to do a sponsored post or to pay $1. I had someone get really upset, like literally the night after you told me what happened to you. She was like almost irate because Facebook wanted to charge her $1 to send a link or to send something out. She's going, I can't believe they want to. It's their business. They can do whatever they want. So
right.
Yeah.
Well, I must admit, I've been guilty of that too. Like I was guilty. I don't know if you remember, maybe a year ago. It was like a clear time their transition with their business pages. Kind of around the time they went from fan pages to like pages, and then they slowly start integrating in more of a need to pay for ads. They stopped the amount of people because there was a time that with your fan page, everybody saw your post. Like there was a time when that was going on, and it was a huge interaction, and you have to try. And it wasn't even that long ago, maybe a year and a half ago. But I remember the transition, and I remember getting so pissed when I posted a post. You know how to show you on the the analytics to show you how many people your post reached.
Yes. And
I was like, what do you mean my post reached 15 people? Are you serious? So I actually, it was crazy. I actually was one of those that's like, you know what, Facebook can fight me because I'm not paying, I'm not doing this, and I'm not doing that. And then I noticed revenue was going down and sales calls were going down. It was like, listen, Stephanie, sometimes I have to have this quote unquote come to Jesus talk with myself. And I was like, look, this is their business and this is your business, right? So if you know this is your business and this is how you get brand recognition out and people find out about you and what you have going on, give these people some money so you can get what you want and then they have what they want. And so now I just had to realize that ads are what we are there now. We're there to the point that to get your things seen, in order to increase engagement, you have to increase engagement. So you have to pay at some point. The more people on your page, and then the more people come to your page, the more people will see your page organically anyway.
Exactly.
So I finally came to the point, let this be a part of my budget. So now, at a point when I was like, I would never pay for ads. There's no reason to pay for ads because we have social media. Now I'm saying ads are a part of social media. So it's just, this is the thing you have to do now. But I was one of those that didn't want to change.
I know. Well, and I'm actually trying to grow mine organically, and now I'm learning, okay, I have to do the same thing. I have to get out there and to reach my audience and for my audience to know where I am. So it needs to be part of your marketing budget, right? You need to make sure that that's all a part of it. And who's to say that it won't happen for the other platforms too? So it's just, change is the only constant, right? So
honestly, I don't know if you noticed, Twitter has ads now.
Yeah.
And then I was scrolling on Instagram just day before yesterday, and what do I see in my Instagram feed? A Lexus ad, and I was like, "What is this? I'm not following Lexus." And I was like, "Oh, it's like a sponsored post." So
exactly,
honestly, that is what we're going to. And you have to respect they're in business like we're in business,
right? Exactly.
It is what it is.
I mean,
kind of roll with the punches.
Yeah, and that's how they build their revenue. So in order for the people to be able to how many millions of people are on Facebook or Twitter or Pinterest or Instagram and all of those guys, or even Google Plus. I mean, it's a give and take. And so thank you so much for sharing your story. And I hope that my audience and our audience will to understand the importance of it. And it is important to be on all these platforms, but it's very important to have your own list. And that's something I've been concentrating on it, and I'm going to be even more so concentrating on it in 2014. So big deal.
And you should, because you just never know. It could be here today, gone tomorrow. So.
Exactly. So thank you for sharing that with me. I've got another quick question for you before I let you go, and I definitely will be posting your links. And I just hopped on to your Visionpreneur, so I know I'm in your database now. Yay! And so I hopped on that, and so I appreciate you sharing that, and I'll make sure I have all your links and everything on the post when we launch this, which will hopefully be in the next 2 weeks. So I'll get you up here really quick because I think it's really important. So here's a quick question.
It is. You know what I think you should do actually?
What?
I think you should, because I do know you talk a lot about building your list outside. I think maybe you should do some sort of list building challenge for your people and start something like that. I would totally join.
Thank you. That's a great idea. Thank you. So we'll talk. I appreciate that, because I think it's part of as entrepreneurs, we have lots of big ideas. Now it's just getting them all on paper and all that stuff. So or on my whiteboard, which is over there with all kinds of stuff on it right now. I need to get all that into notes. Yeah, crazy. So okay, so I thought this was a really great question to ask at the, and it's in it. I don't want to put you on the spot, but I know you can handle this, and I think it's a fun question that kind of gives a different perspective for people, because I think people think of coaches or consultants in a kind of big vague area, and so to put it into a foundation kind of perspective. So here's my question for you: what do people assume about you that would be wrong?
Oh wow!
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty cool question. I'm like, wow. That's a pretty cool question. Wow. So what do people assume about you that would be wrong? I'm sorry I put you on the spot. And I should have sent this to you.
Several things. Like, which one is a goodie? Which one is a goodie? Well, can I give you two real quick? One
Sure.
is more business related and one is not. They're kind of both. Number one, people assume because I'm from Alabama and I say yow. Because I say yow. That it's like super country here, and I probably have chickens and goats. And I only see animals when I go to the zoo. I live in the suburbs. I live in the cul-de-sac.
Awesome.
And we don't have horse-drawn carriages. And the other thing that people think, because, you know, I have had a nice amount of success with my business.
Yeah.
Is that it's a big, huge team doing everything. I have 3 employees, 3 of which are virtual assistants working with me. And I still do a lot of things myself. I'm still very reachable. I think some coaches get to the point where they're not reachable at all.
Yeah. But
it's important to me to maintain that connection with my audience and with my clients. So I do think that people think to a certain point there is no connection anymore. Maybe that's true for some people, but my goal is to always keep the company where you can get in one of my groups and you message me and I'll immediately answer you. So I think more than anything that.
Yeah. And that was a perfect answer. And it's so true because you are very accessible. You're very personable. And I think a lot of people think they think that coaches are not like everybody else. And, you know, we all have issues and concerns and we're not perfect, right? So, but you know, your area of expertise is where you shine, and that's where, you know, you want to be of service to the people that you serve. And so I think that's I think you answered it perfectly, and I knew you would.
You know, I just had to throw that Alabama in there because I know what people think about the South.
No, and it's funny. That is so funny because I love it. And I think when you and I chatted initially, I used to live in Georgia, and it's really easy to pick it right back up. I love it. But it is.
Well, thank you for having me on. It was such a pleasure.
And thank you for coming on and sharing your story. I really appreciate it. And I will definitely be putting out all the information out for all your programs and for your site so you can build that database. And I hope that my audience sees the importance of it. And so many of my audience and my clients have been asking for marketing. We need to have marketing ideas. And so I'm like, okay, here she is. So I really hope that they'll come over and sign up and get your information. And I know that you'll be extremely successful and I appreciate you coming on very much so.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.